Begonia.
F1.
Frankenstein.
Hamnet.
Marty Supreme.
One battle after another.
The Secret Agent.
Sentimental value.
Sinners.
And train dreams.
Listen here.
Wood Super Bowl is this weekend. Ryan Coogler's history/horror/blues tribute film, Sinners, racked up the most Academy Award nominations ever, 16 nods in all. But how many statues will Sinners actually walk away with Sunday night? Chicago film critics Regginald and Emmanuel Noisette, they're here with their matching jackets. Is that your new uniform or something?
We can go with that for now.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Actually, it was an accident. You didn't plan this at all.
Great mind.
Okay, let's start off with Sinners, because that has been the blockbuster movie of last year, this year. Let's start with you. What do you think about it?
It is probably one of the best films of the year. I mean, it is breaking box office records, critically acclaimed, audiences love it, cultural impact, 16 record-breaking nominations. I don't see how it can't be the best film of the year. But yeah, Ryan Coogler did that.
What about Michael B. Jordan? Is he going to win actor?
That is a yes for me.
Okay.
He just won, formerly SAG, the Actors Award.
Right.
And that is a hint that he can sneak in there and win over Timothée Chalamet, who has been winning.
Yes, he has.
But to Emmanuel's point, the Sinners is the best movie of the year, and Michael B. Jordan put in the best performance of the year. He played 2.5, 3 characters.
He was fabulous in that movie, but it was a little different. It wasn't your normal kind of movie. It had a lot of symbolism in a whole bunch of different ways. Both of those are your favorites, though, right?
It's absolutely my favorite, and it's about the connection. I know people want to talk about culture, the cinematography, and the characters, but it's really about the connection. How did it connect with people? And this was the one that put you in the room, so you felt this movie in a way, and as opposed to watch this movie.
So Michael B. Jordan is your actor award and your film award for Sinners.
First of all, I'm Team Sinners all day. Okay, so
you got your little T-shirt on. Look at that.
No matter what you say, I'm Team Sinners.
Okay.
But if I were to make a prediction, I think One Battle After Another is going to take Best Picture.
You think? Why?
Yeah,
what about you?
Absolutely. It has won all the other awards. When you look at the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, which you were a part of, it has won all of them. And it's a train that's running. And I believe that the Academy looks at this film in a way that they didn't understand the connection and the culture and the characters and all that Sinner means. One Battle After Another doesn't have that kind of meaning. You look at it more voyeuristic.
Straightforward, Who's going to be the actor in that one? Tiana Taylor's up, right?
She is up for a nomination.
I think
supporting actor is probably going to go to Sean Penn. Sean Penn, I mean, if you watch One Battle After Another, he kind of steals the movie. And you're talking about a cast with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor. I mean, it's a stack of Regina Hall.
Now what?
Reggie. Okay. What you think?
Supporting actor is going to Delroy Lindo. Delroy Lindo's going to get it hands down.
Really?
And for a couple of reasons. One is that people are thinking that he's some emerging actor, but the people...
he's been around forever.
But the people who really know that he's
Remember him in Malcolm?
That he's been putting in the work.
Forever.
And he might not get there again, and I believe that people are going to say, you know, this guy deserves it for this time.
We're not sentimentals. He'll get the sentimental award.
I think Delroy should win, but I think Sean Penn will win.
He's going to win, and Tiana Taylor's going to win for supporting actress. Wunmi Mosaku probably should win because what she brought the spiritual connection to that film. But I think Tiana's going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree right there.
Okay.
So if we're talking about supporting actress, I actually think it's going to be Amy Madigan from Weapons. So when you look at Wunmi and Sinners...
She's been around for a long time, too.
She is, but like Wunmi and Sinners, Tiana in One Battle, they did a good job. But Amy takes over the entire movie in Weapons.
She won the actor too, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
So he's right that she took over, but it could not be a movie without Wunmi.
I mean, you
It just-
literally
it
can't
just-
have weapons
you-
without aiming.
you
The
can't-
whole movie falls apart.
The spiritual foundation of Sinners is all about women. So,
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm Team Sinners, right? I'm just saying.
But you're saying who will win?
I just
I'm
think
telling you
that.
not
who's
who you
gonna
want to
win.
win. But
Give
he's saying
Yes.
he's telling who's going to win.
Now, and listen, I'm cool with that, putting it in the universe. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I know the makeup of the Academy. I don't think that they think the way we think.
Gotcha.
If I had my vote, I'm voting for Wumney. I'm voting for Tiana. I'm rooting for everybody black, period.
What about Hamnet?
Hamnet, I think Jessie Buckley's going to take
A
Best
lot.
Actress.
Okay.
I mean, she's been sweeping almost
Yeah,
every awards show, and I think it's a runaway for that.
It's a lot. She puts in a solid performance. But what's interesting in that category, again, that it's all white. It's again another all white. So if One Battle After Another had 13 nominations, how come it didn't get the 14th, which would have been Chase Infinity? How come it didn't get the 14th? It's really interesting that it's always hard for African American women to really break into that category.
Yeah. What about director?
I think Paul Thomas Anderson is going to
not-
get it
not
for
Ryan
One
Coogler?
Battle. Not Ryan should get it.
Oh, okay.
He should get it by all means.
Right.
However, whenever you hear a lot of experts in the field, the first thing they will point to is how long Paul Thomas Anderson has come up short.
How
And my
many
biggest
times?
issue with that is we're not talking about the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right.
If you want to
Right,
do
right.
that, give that to him for all that. But we're talking about the best movie right now. But unfortunately, the Academy has had a long record of giving people awards that have been past due, that they should have
Yeah.
won before. And I don't like it because it negates the best work and the best candidates for this year. So
I agree.
Ryan should win it, but I think Paul Thomas
Who's
will
going
take
to
it.
win?
I agree with him that this is going to be Paul. He's going to win this
Okay.
one hands down. He's been winning everything else, and I just don't see how there's any way. I even looked at the Vegas odds on this one.
Did you?
Yes, I did. He is definitely the front runner.
But how can, Ryan Coogler's movie be up for all this and he can't win as director? I mean, are we still not recognizing people of color?
I think a couple things. Firstly, I think we should not have 10 movies in the nominations.
Is it usually that long?
It's more recent that they increased it.
10 movies. Break it down to the 5 best.
Okay.
And when you break it down to the 5 best, you should get the best film. But 16 nominations, we keep talking about these 16 nominations.
But open your coat up again. Okay. We got to go.
But
We
One
gotta
Battle
go.
After Another got 13.
Okay. Well, we'll see tomorrow. You can follow Emmanuel at Eamon's Reviews. Okay. You can follow Reggie at The Real Critic, REEL Critic, or find him online at reggieponder.com.